Words are more than just sounds. They carry energy, meaning, and influence. Every word spoken is like a seed planted in the mind, shaping thoughts, emotions, and reality itself. Many people overlook the impact of what they say, dismissing words as insignificant. But the truth is, spoken language has the power to create and destroy, to build dreams or limit possibilities. What is spoken repeatedly forms beliefs, and beliefs determine outcomes. Throughout history, people have been taught to be mindful of their words. Not just in conversations with others, but also in the way they speak about themselves in their lives. When something is spoken with conviction, the mind begins to accept it as truth. This is why repeating the right words can shift circumstances and bring results that once seemed impossible. It is not magic or wishful thinking, it is a principle that works whether one is aware of it or not. Everything in the world operates on frequency, including words. The way something is spoken, whether with doubt, fear, or confidence, determines its effect. The same phrase said with hesitation will not have the same impact as when spoken with certainty. This is why some people see fast changes while others struggle to see any difference. The energy behind the words is what makes them powerful. Those who consistently repeat certain phrases with belief begin to notice changes in their thoughts, emotions, and external experiences. Most people unconsciously speak about limitations, struggles, and worries. Without realizing it, they reinforce negative patterns and make them stronger. The mind does not question what is repeatedly spoken, it absorbs it as truth. This is why it is necessary to take control of what is said, especially about personal desires and goals. Instead of reinforcing problems, words should be directed toward solutions. Instead of speaking about lack, one must affirm abundance. Instead of focusing on difficulties, the focus must shift to what is possible. Repeating certain words can shift energy, perception, and circumstances. It does not require years of practice or complicated techniques. The only requirement is to be intentional about what is spoken and to repeat it in a way that allows the mind to accept it as reality. Even the most challenging situations can begin to shift when the right words are spoken consistently. It is not about forcing belief but allowing repetition to naturally reprogram the mind. The more something is repeated, the more real it becomes. The reason repetition works is simple. The subconscious mind is programmed through patterns and familiarity. When something is repeated often enough, it stops being a foreign idea and becomes part of the internal belief system. This is how habits, fears, and successes are formed. By speaking certain phrases 10 times with full attention and certainty, the mind starts adjusting to match those words. With enough repetition, the impossible becomes possible because the mind stops resisting and starts working in alignment with the spoken words. The mind is constantly filled with thoughts, both conscious and unconscious. Every moment, ideas flow through, shaping emotions and influencing behavior. But, thoughts alone do not have the same power as spoken words. When a thought is spoken, it becomes more real, more defined, and more commanding. This is why speaking out loud has a greater impact than just thinking about something. Words give form to thoughts and make them stronger. People often underestimate the effect of their words. They assume that speaking about worries or doubts is harmless, but every word spoken reinforces a certain reality. Words are instructions given to the mind, and the more they are repeated, the more they become part of one's truth. If someone constantly speaks about struggles, the mind accepts struggle as the normal state of being. If someone repeatedly affirms confidence and success, the mind begins to reshape itself accordingly. The subconscious mind is always listening, even when words are spoken casually or without much thought. Every statement leaves an imprint, whether it is intended or not. This is why it is necessary to be careful with words and to use them in a way that supports the desired outcome. Instead of speaking carelessly, words should be chosen with purpose. Instead of reinforcing negative ideas, words should reflect what is wanted. There is a direct connection between thoughts and speech, but speech holds greater influence. A passing thought may come and go, but a spoken word carries weight and direction. When a phrase is spoken with intention, it signals to the mind that this is important, this is something to be taken seriously. The more it is repeated, the deeper it is embedded. Over time, the mind begins to adjust and create the conditions necessary for those words to become reality. One of the reasons people struggle to see results is that they contradict their desires with their words. They may think about success but speak about failure. They may wish for happiness but constantly express dissatisfaction. This creates conflict within the mind, making it difficult for any real progress to take place. The key is to align thoughts, words, and emotions so that there is no contradiction. When words are fully in sync with what is wanted, they begin to reshape reality. Speaking something 10 times is not just about repeating words mechanically. It is about engaging fully with the process, feeling the words as they are spoken, and allowing them to take root in the mind. It is not about forcing belief but allowing it to develop naturally through repetition. When something is spoken with enough certainty, it stops being just words and becomes a command to the subconscious mind. And once the subconscious accepts it, reality starts to shift accordingly. Many people have experienced this without even realizing it. They have seen how certain phrases, whether positive or negative, seem to become true in their lives. The difference is that those who consciously use their words understand the process and use it to their advantage. They do not leave their speech to chance, they choose their words carefully and repeat them with purpose. Instead of reinforcing limitations, they reinforce possibilities. Instead of speaking about what they do not want, they focus on what they do want. The power of speech is available to everyone. There are no special skills required, no complex rituals needed. The only thing necessary is to be aware of the words being spoken and to use them in a way that directs the mind toward the desired outcome. By speaking the right words repeatedly, especially 10 times with focus and certainty, the impossible starts becoming possible. It is not about hoping or wishing, it is about using words as a tool to bring change. Words influence perception, and perception shapes reality. When something is spoken with belief and repetition, it starts to take form. This is why it is important to choose words wisely and to use them intentionally. Every word spoken is a seed planted in the mind. The question is, what kind of reality is being created through those words? Are they reinforcing doubt, or are they paving the way for something greater? The answer lies in what is spoken repeatedly. Through this process, changes begin to unfold naturally. The mind starts aligning with the spoken words, and new opportunities arise. It is not about forcing anything but about allowing the words to guide thoughts and actions in the right direction. With enough repetition, the shift becomes undeniable. Those who apply this consistently will start to notice how reality begins to reflect the words that are spoken. The more it is done, the stronger the effect becomes. The mind is shaped by what it hears repeatedly. Every word spoken sends signals to the subconscious, which then adjusts thoughts, emotions, and actions accordingly. The brain follows patterns, reinforcing what is familiar and filtering out what is not. This is why repetition is essential. It creates familiarity, and the mind begins to accept the spoken words as truth. When something is spoken multiple times, neurons in the brain form new connections. These connections strengthen with continued repetition, making the statement feel more natural. If the same words are spoken daily, they start to influence decisions, attitudes, and perceptions. Over time, reality begins to reflect those statements because the subconscious mind operates based on the beliefs it absorbs. The reason repetition is effective is that the mind does not differentiate between what is real and what is imagined. It accepts whatever is given to it consistently. This is why negative statements can be just as powerful as positive ones. If someone constantly speaks about difficulties, the mind assumes that struggle is the normal state. If positive words are repeated instead, the mind adjusts to reflect those instead. Speaking something 10 times is not about forcing belief. It is about giving the subconscious enough input to work with. When spoken with intention, words start shifting the way things are perceived. The subconscious begins searching for ways to align with those words, influencing behaviors and decisions without conscious effort. This is how spoken words shape circumstances and create results. Repetition also creates emotional alignment. Words spoken with conviction carry more weight than those said without meaning. The mind responds to the energy behind the words, amplifying those that have strong emotions attached. This is why it is important to speak with certainty rather than hesitation. If something is spoken with full belief, the subconscious quickly adopts it as reality. The process is simple but requires consistency. The brain needs time to adjust to new patterns. Repeating words 10 times in a focused manner each day strengthens the message. With enough repetition, doubts fade, and the spoken words start feeling natural. The shift happens gradually, but once it does, external circumstances begin to change as well. Speaking with intention programs the mind in a way that makes success, confidence, and abundance more likely. The subconscious works in the background, aligning thoughts and actions with what has been repeatedly spoken. This is why those who understand this process use it to shape their reality instead of leaving things to chance. The process of turning spoken words into reality follows a clear pattern. The first step is clarity, knowing exactly what should be spoken. Vague or conflicting statements create confusion, but direct and specific words give the mind something concrete to focus on. The clearer the words, the stronger their effect. The second step is repetition. Speaking something once has little impact, but repeating it multiple times allows the subconscious to absorb it fully. 10 repetitions provide enough reinforcement for the mind to start accepting the statement as real. Each repetition strengthens belief and reduces resistance. The third step is emotion. Words spoken without feeling lack power. The mind responds to the energy behind the words, so they should be spoken with certainty. The more conviction there is, the faster the subconscious aligns with them. This is why doubt should not be mixed with the statement. Confidence makes the process effective. The fourth step is consistency. One-time repetition is not enough. The mind needs regular reinforcement to hold onto the new belief. Speaking the words daily keeps them active in the subconscious, allowing them to take root and influence reality. The more frequently they are spoken, the faster they begin to shape external circumstances. The fifth step is alignment. Thoughts, emotions, and actions must match the spoken words. If someone says one thing but acts in the opposite way, the mind remains conflicted. When everything is aligned, the spoken words become a guiding force, making it easier for circumstances to shift in the intended direction. The process is not complicated, but it requires commitment. Words have power, but they must be used correctly to bring results. Those who follow these steps and repeat their words 10 times with full focus begin to notice shifts in their thoughts, emotions, and experiences. The mind works based on patterns, and when given clear and consistent input, it adjusts to reflect those patterns in reality. This method works because the subconscious mind does not argue with repetition. It accepts what is repeatedly spoken and adjusts accordingly. By applying this process daily, small changes start appearing, and over time, those changes grow into larger results. The impossible begins to take form, not because of luck, but because the mind has been given the right instructions to follow. Words carry weight, but their impact depends on how they are spoken. The same phrase can bring different results depending on the level of certainty behind it. Speaking something without belief weakens its effect, while speaking with full confidence strengthens it. The mind responds to the energy behind words, absorbing statements that are spoken with clarity and certainty. Conviction creates alignment between words and emotions. When something is spoken with strong belief, the subconscious mind takes it as truth. The more certain the tone, the faster the mind adjusts to accept it. This is why hesitation or doubt should not be mixed with spoken words. If there is uncertainty, the subconscious remains conflicted, preventing the statement from taking effect. The body also responds to words spoken with conviction. There is a noticeable shift in energy when something is declared with certainty. The mind and body synchronize, creating a stronger connection between thoughts and reality. When words are spoken with full belief, they generate a sense of confidence and readiness, making it easier to take actions that align with them. Speaking with conviction also influences the way situations unfold. Those who repeat words with certainty often notice subtle shifts in circumstances. Opportunities start appearing, and situations seem to align in ways that support the spoken words. This happens because the mind, once convinced, starts filtering information differently and guiding actions accordingly. Repetition alone is not enough, belief must be present. The more confidence there is while speaking, the deeper the words embed into the subconscious. This is why it is necessary to eliminate hesitation. If doubts arise, they should not be spoken aloud. Instead, the focus should remain on reinforcing the words with full belief. Each repetition strengthens certainty. The first few times, the words may feel unfamiliar, but as they are spoken repeatedly, they become natural. Over time, this confidence becomes automatic, making it easier to hold on to the belief that the spoken words are shaping reality. Not all words hold the same power. Some phrases carry a stronger effect because they align with the natural workings of the mind. The way a statement is structured influences how the subconscious accepts it. Phrases that are clear, positive, and present tense work best. They should be direct and avoid any form of doubt or contradiction. Words should always reflect the desired outcome. Instead of speaking about what is lacking, the focus should be on what is already being created. The mind processes statements literally, so words should be chosen carefully. Speaking in a way that reinforces success, confidence, and certainty ensures that the subconscious receives the right instructions. Another key factor is simplicity. Long or complex statements can create confusion, making them less effective. Short, clear phrases allow the mind to absorb them quickly. When something is easy to recall and repeat, it stays in the subconscious longer and strengthens faster. The choice of words also affects emotional response. Phrases that create a strong emotional connection leave a deeper imprint on the subconscious. The more a statement resonates emotionally, the more powerful its effect. Words should be chosen in a way that creates an immediate feeling of confidence and certainty. Speaking with a steady rhythm enhances effectiveness. A slow and deliberate pace ensures that the mind fully absorbs each repetition. Rushing through statements reduces their impact, while speaking with measured intent allows them to take root more deeply. Once the right words are chosen, they should be repeated daily with focus and certainty. Each repetition reinforces the message, making it stronger over time. The subconscious adapts to the new instructions, guiding thoughts and actions to match the spoken words. As this process continues, the results begin to appear naturally. The way words are spoken determines their impact. Repeating them without focus reduces their effectiveness, while speaking with attention strengthens their influence. The mind absorbs words best when they are spoken with intention and clarity. Each repetition should be done with full awareness, ensuring that the words are heard and processed deeply. Speaking aloud has a greater effect than silent repetition. When words are spoken audibly, they create vibrations that the body and mind recognize. The brain registers spoken words as instructions, reinforcing them with each repetition. This is why saying something out loud has a stronger impact than just thinking about it. The tone and pace of speech also play a role. Speaking too quickly may cause words to lose meaning, while speaking too softly may not engage the mind fully. A steady and deliberate pace allows the subconscious to absorb the message completely. Speaking with a firm and clear tone adds strength to the words, making them more effective. Repetition should be done at moments when the mind is most receptive. The best times to speak words of intention are in the morning after waking up and at night before sleeping. These moments allow the subconscious to take in the words without resistance. Another effective time is during moments of deep relaxation when the mind is calm and open to new suggestions. The environment also affects the effectiveness of spoken words. Speaking in a quiet space without distractions allows full focus. External noise can interfere with concentration, reducing the impact of repetition. If possible, words should be spoken in a space where attention is fully on them. Speaking with proper breath control improves focus. Taking a deep breath before starting helps create a sense of presence. This keeps the mind from wandering and allows each repetition to be delivered with full awareness. Breathing steadily while speaking ensures that the words carry the right energy. Repeating words daily strengthens their effect. A single lesson may not be enough to bring noticeable changes, but consistent repetition builds the message in the subconscious. The more frequently words are spoken with full focus, the faster they take root and shape reality. Changes may not always be visible immediately, but shifts begin internally. The first noticeable effect is a change in thought patterns. Repeating words 10 times with focus alters the way the mind processes situations. The subconscious starts adjusting to match the spoken words, filtering thoughts and emotions in alignment with them. The second effect is a shift in energy. Speaking with conviction influences emotions, creating a sense of confidence and clarity. Negative thoughts lose their strength as the mind begins to accept new patterns. This creates a noticeable difference in mood, making it easier to maintain a positive state. Repetition also affects external circumstances. Opportunities start appearing that align with the words spoken. This happens because the mind, once convinced, starts noticing details that were previously overlooked. Attention shifts to possibilities rather than limitations, creating new chances for progress. Physical actions also begin to align with spoken words. When something is repeated enough times, the body responds naturally. Decisions and behaviors start matching the intentions behind the words. This happens automatically as the subconscious guides actions toward the desired outcome. Doubt and resistance may appear in the beginning, but continued repetition weakens them. The mind takes time to adjust to new information, especially if previous thoughts were different. This is why consistency is important. Repeating words daily allows the mind to fully accept them as truth. The process creates a cycle where words shape thoughts, thoughts shape emotions, and emotions shape actions. This cycle builds momentum over time, making results more noticeable. As words continue to be repeated with full certainty, changes become more visible in both internal and external experiences. Those who apply this method consistently will begin to notice how situations align with their spoken words. The more it is done, the more natural it becomes, leading to greater confidence and clarity in shaping reality. The effectiveness of speaking words repeatedly depends on how they are spoken and the mindset behind them. Many people do not see results because they make errors that weaken the impact of their words. Understanding these mistakes and correcting them ensures that the process works as intended. One of the most common mistakes is speaking without focus. If words are repeated without attention, they lose their meaning. The subconscious responds to intent, so each repetition should be spoken with full awareness. Mindless repetition does not create change, but deliberate speech does. Another mistake is mixing positive statements with negative thoughts. If words of confidence are spoken but doubts follow immediately after, the mind remains conflicted. Speaking with hesitation creates resistance, slowing down the process. Consistency in thought and speech is necessary to produce real change. Using weak or unclear phrases reduces effectiveness. Statements should be simple, direct, and stated in the present tense. If words suggest uncertainty or delay, the mind will interpret them as incomplete or unattainable. Clear and specific statements ensure that the subconscious receives a direct instruction. Repeating words at random times without a routine also lowers their impact. The subconscious mind absorbs information best when repetition follows a structured pattern. Speaking at the same time each day reinforces the message and helps the mind adapt more quickly. Inconsistent practice can cause delays in results. Another mistake is expecting instant changes. While words influence reality, they require time to reshape thought patterns and external circumstances. If someone speaks with impatience, it introduces doubt, which weakens the process. The right approach is to speak with full certainty and allow the mind to adjust naturally. External distractions can also interfere with results. Speaking in a noisy or chaotic environment reduces concentration. Words should be spoken in a calm space where full attention can be given. This allows the subconscious to absorb them without interference. Stopping too soon is another common mistake. Some people try the process for a short time and give up if results are not immediate. Repetition strengthens over time, and persistence is necessary. The longer words are spoken with focus, the deeper they take root in the mind. Avoiding these mistakes increases the effectiveness of speaking words repeatedly. The key is to maintain consistency, clarity, and full belief in what is being said. After words have been spoken repeatedly with full belief, the next step is to allow the process to work without interference. The mind needs space to adjust, and constantly questioning the results can create resistance. Letting go of doubt and trusting the process ensures that the changes unfold naturally. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting about the words spoken. It means not obsessing over how or when results will appear. The subconscious continues working even when attention is not directly on it. Trusting this process allows changes to happen more smoothly. Holding on to expectations too tightly can slow things down. If words are spoken with a sense of urgency or desperation, it introduces resistance. The right approach is to speak with full belief and then shift focus to other tasks, knowing that the process is already in motion. A key part of letting go is maintaining a stable mindset. If doubt begins to surface, it should not be spoken aloud. Instead, attention should remain on reinforcing certainty. The mind follows whatever it is given consistently, so keeping thoughts in alignment with spoken words allows results to appear faster. Actions should also reflect the words spoken. If words of confidence are repeated but actions contradict them, progress will be delayed. The best approach is to continue speaking with belief while acting in ways that support the desired outcome. This creates alignment between speech, thought, and behavior. Observing small changes can help reinforce belief. As shifts begin to appear, they confirm that the process is working. Recognizing these changes strengthens confidence and makes it easier to continue without hesitation. Letting go is the final step in allowing spoken words to create real change. When done correctly, the process works without force or struggle. Those who apply it consistently and trust in it fully will see results that match the words they have spoken. Words shape reality, and when spoken with focus, they influence both thoughts and external circumstances. The process of repeating words 10 times is not about wishful thinking but about conditioning the subconscious mind to accept new instructions. The more something is spoken with certainty, the more the mind adjusts to match it. Repetition strengthens belief, making thoughts and actions align with spoken words. The subconscious does not question what is consistently reinforced. It follows patterns, and when given a clear directive, it works toward making it real. This is why speaking with full attention and certainty brings results. The key is consistency. A single lesson of speaking words 10 times may create a shift in thought patterns, but long-term changes require continued practice. When this process becomes a daily habit, the subconscious remains aligned with the words spoken, and changes unfold naturally. External circumstances begin to reflect internal shifts. The way situations unfold, the opportunities that appear, and the actions taken start aligning with what has been repeatedly spoken. Those who stay committed to this method notice gradual but undeniable changes in the way they think, feel, and experience life. Words are instructions to the mind. When chosen wisely and spoken repeatedly, they guide the subconscious toward the intended outcome. Understanding this and applying it daily ensures that the process works efficiently. To experience the effect of repetition, the best approach is to start immediately. Choosing a set of words that align with a specific goal and speaking them with full belief allows the process to begin. Each repetition should be done with focus, without distraction or hesitation. The process should be continued daily to allow the subconscious time to adjust. Speaking with full conviction strengthens the impact, making it easier for the mind to accept the words as truth. The more consistently this is done, the faster the changes become noticeable. Observing the small shifts that take place reinforces belief. Paying attention to how thoughts, emotions, and circumstances change helps maintain confidence in the process. Even minor adjustments confirm that the method is working. Patience is necessary. While some changes happen quickly, others take time. The key is to continue speaking the words without doubting the process. The subconscious adapts at its own pace, and results appear when the mind is fully aligned with the spoken words. This method does not require complex steps or effort. It is a simple process of repeating words with full attention and allowing the mind to absorb them. Those who follow it consistently will see how their thoughts, actions, and experiences begin to shift in ways that match the words they have spoken.